And welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. Remember when we used to go into the dark hour and fight shadows? Yeah, I remember that too. It's been a little bit, but don't worry, we'll be returning to action soon enough. For now, though, we of course just have to devour some sushi and get about with our life, so let's take care of that. To be honest, I could really use a trip to Tartarus soon. The money is getting a little tight. We still have more than enough for the purchases that I'm going to be needing to make soon, so it's not a huge deal. With that taken care of, we can move on into the next day.
Hey, so...
I've been thinking. The night before last, when we learned about the 12 Shadows and their connection to Tartarus, isn't there just too much we don't understand? God, Yukari, don't you ever just want to say hi? Yeah, though, you do have a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about it that bugs me. Yukari, your jacket's clipping through your bag there. You might want to make sure that's okay. Okay.
Oh, isn't it just beautiful?
Cartesian coordinates really are beautiful, aren't they? There's one in particular that's my favorite, though. Are you curious? You are, right? Right? This curve is a graph of a Cartesian equation. One that was discovered by Italian mathematician Maria Agnesi. It's actually named after her. Some people call it the curve of Agnesi. However, it is more commonly known by another name, Iori-kun. Do you have any idea what it is? Huh? How would I know? Heck, are we even talking about math anymore? Tss, Cullen, do you know the answer? Well, I believe that would be the Witch of Agnesi. That one's pretty easy to guess, honestly, considering this is the only one with Agnesi in the name. I'm surprised you even knew that. As to why it's called a witch, nobody really knows. Apparently came from a mistranslation of the Italian word for the verse sign of a curve. Merely an inadvertent mistake, I suppose. I make careless mistakes fairly often, but it's pretty embarrassing when your mistake lasts for generations. I mean, if the shape of the curve resembled a witch, maybe they could have gotten away with it, but alas. Haha, that's common sense, Mr. M. Ugh, thanks, Cullen. That's about to sound real stupid. Zelikun helped him out there. That seems like you can always count on him. I can hear my classmates whispering. A little bit of popularity, yes. Give me my popularity power. Oh yeah, smooth. Anyways, nothing too fancy planned for today. It's a student council day, so let's see if Hidetoshi is acting a little extra today. Chances are good.
Regarding the incident from the other day, with the cigarette butt in the boys' bathroom, it seems the teachers want the student expelled as soon as we find out who it is.
What?
Well, I guess we should have expected that.
It does hurt the school's reputation.
I'll keep everyone posted on this. That's all for now. Expulsion, huh? So, what do you think about all of this? About the smoker's punishment, I mean.
That seems a little too harsh. I mean, you really want to ruin his life over a cigarette?
Yes, I think so too. Once I catch the culprit, I'll give him a good talking to. The goal here should be to prevent this from happening again. I'm not counting on it, but it'd be great if I could get people like him to change their ways. I don't sympathize with students who break the rules, but does kicking the bad kids out really make the school a better place? It's really not like me to whine about it. I guess I'm just confused because I feel so powerless. If I can go above and beyond this time and earn the teacher's trust, my ward will hold more weight around here. Just you watch. I'll work my way to the top.
Odagiri really opened up to me. I feel like we're becoming better friends. In fact, we can tie a number to that. We're rank 7 friends, to be precise.
I still have some work left to do. I need to compile a list of suspects. You can head on out of here. And take care.
I left the student council room and went back to the dorm.
Oh, welcome back.
Hey, did you hear? Something's up with the equipment in the command room. Junpei's looked at it, but it seems like it's been breaking down a lot recently, doesn't it? I honestly had no clue what I was looking at, Zeller-kun. Could you check it out later? Well, you know what? That's as good an excuse as any to do that, but you got anything else to say, Yukari? Everything about Tartarus is such a mystery. How long has it been there? When did it appear in the first place? Do you think we'll ever know the answers? I think we'll at least have better understanding later. But let's go to the command room and see what might just be going on there, if I can remember what the fast travel button is. Let's see. It's Banga Consoles. Seems to be a new recording. Should I watch the video? Well, I see no reason not to partake in a little voyeurism. Let's do it! 6/14/2009. Starting playback. It looks like Junpei's room. Oh, what gave you that idea?
This way, officer. By the time I noticed the door was halfway open, his room was already like this. I've left the place untouched as you requested.
Whose room is this?
Junpei Iori, a second-year student. I've been trying to reach him on his cell phone, but he hasn't responded in the last half hour. It was careless of me to let my guard down. The storm was attacked once in the past. Perhaps Iori himself is at fault here. However, if harm has fallen upon him as head of seas, I am accountable.
I hate to say it, Kirijo-san, but he most likely...
Huh? Kirijo-senpai?
What the hell? Kurosawa-san? What's going on here?
Iori? Where were you? I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Huh? Oh, it was hot, and the AC was busted, so I went to the manga cafe. But I fell asleep.
Well, I'm just glad you're safe. So if it wasn't an attack, then it must have been theft. Why would the burglar target this room?
Burglar?
What else could it be? Someone clearly ransacked the place looking for something. Vandalizing a school dorm. When I find out who did this, I'll see to it that they face a swift execution.
Well, son, sounds like you've got a death sentence. How about it, Iori? Was this room really vandalized?
Well, this is how my room always looks?
What? But, I mean, you can't possibly live like this, can you? What about the door? It was open.
Well, that? I was just airing the place out while I was gone. No one we don't know ever comes around, so...
I think this case is closed. May I get back to my duties now, young lady?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry you had to witness something so disgraceful. I apologize for all this. It seems I grew up more sheltered than I realized.
You're not even gonna yell at me? And what's the deal with calling the cops over a messy room anyway? The hell did I do to deserve this? Hey, wait. I drew that worst luck fortune on the way back.
The recording ends here. Poor Junpei, he can't catch a break. Come on, Mitsuru. Well, at least Officer Kurosawa got a good laugh. Anyway, let's round out our night with something genuinely fishy. Hey, a rank up! Nice! That actually puts me a little bit ahead of my schedule. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
How did I... Whoa! What the heck is this?
Good evening. Are you surprised? Truth be told, we all visit this world every night.
What are you saying? Who the hell are you?
Didn't Mommy teach you any manners? You haven't even introduced yourself. Come on, take a look. Name, address, age, etc. This is you, right?
Huh? Where did you get this?
Somebody's got a grudge against you. And they asked us to get revenge.
Revenge? What kind of bullshit is this? Who put you up to this?
Can't tell you. We're professionals.
Professionals? Oh shit. Those rumors online. You're saying they're true? For real?
Shall we get this over with now?
Hey, wait! I haven't done anything! Why me? What'd I do?
That is not our concern. Your notion of right and wrong is irrelevant. My client's wishes are all that matter. People hear what they choose to hear, and believe what they want to believe.
No! Stay away! Get away from me!
You squeal most magnificently. Such raw emotion.
He's not dead.
Doesn't matter. We held up our end of the bargain. Besides, tomorrow this'll just seem like some random crime.
Well, if there's nothing else, I'm feeling rather tired.
Switching over to FES, remember how I said I was going to be going to Tartarus at the conclusion of Sunday in the end of the last video? Well, had I actually taken the time to talk to Fuka, I would have found Mitsuru-senpai and Akihiko-senpai are not here today, so we can't go to Tartarus. Yeah, that was a little frustrating to realize, but that's not actually going to be a big deal anyway, for reasons that we will get into once I cut to the next day. Just know that for right now, I'm going to get some coffee and do some studying. Picking up in class on 622, doesn't the octopus in this picture look creepy? Many European countries don't serve octopus because they're feared as devilfish. My darling, for example, won't touch octopus. Last time I made pasta for him, Miss Terauchi continued to talk about octopi as food. But octopi aren't the only undersea creatures that are called devilfish. Now here's a question for Junpei. Of manta rays, squid, and jellyfish, which one of these is not known as a devilfish? I didn't even know octopi were devilfish. How am I supposed to know this? Hey, Colin, what do I say? Well, you want to say jellyfish, my good man. Good going, Junpei. Jellyfish aren't devilfish because they're a dessert. Jelly, get it? It's just a joke. It's just plain common sense, Mrs. T. Thanks, Cullen. I almost looked like an idiot. You hear classmates whispering. Cullen helped him out. He's really dependable. Yes, think that of me. You became slightly more popular. And with that slight boost in popularity, your charm has changed from popular to charismatic. As it turns out, in Persona 3 FES, you need 80 charm points to reach the maximum rank for charm. The same amount as you need for courage. So we were actually way ahead on charm, way ahead of schedule, and now I've already capped it out. And this means that Mondays and Thursdays are now free for me to do whatever I want with them, giving me way more control over when we can go to Tartarus. The only nights I don't want to go to Tartarus anymore are Wednesdays and Saturdays, because of course we want to play the quiz game, because that is important for developing our academics pretty quickly. Quick being a relative thing here, because academics is going to develop quite slowly. Our only option to boost academics that doesn't conflict with social linking is the quiz game, and the boost that we'll get through it, the lectures and other miscellaneous boosts, are pretty sporadic, so academics will just be slowly but surely going up for basically the, I want to say like the next 2 months. Depending on how meticulous I am about boosting it, it might cap out I want to say, like, towards the end of August, beginning of September. We'll see what happens, though. For today, we are going to be hanging out with Fuka, and then that's not all we're going to be doing today. Since we no longer need to go to the photo booth game, we can now just go to Tartarus tonight. So my schedule really wasn't thrown off that much, so I have actually taken the liberty of already going to Tartarus, but let's just pop in real quick just to take a look at something that is going to be different about exploring Tartarus going forward. Obviously, we talked to Fuka to get there now, and she's also going to be our navigator, as well as the person we want to talk to when we want to review our team on the whole. From now on, Yamagishi will support us, and I'll take part in the exploration. I've also decided that I'll allow you to select the members of your battle party. I realize that this is a big responsibility, but I believe you can handle it. So, every time we come to Tartarus now, you can organize and equip your party by talking to your allies before you begin exploring. We have to manually select our party going forward. I'll be taking Mitsuru-senpai's place from now on. So yeah, we start with an empty party, and we just have to fill it up with who we like. Now, obviously, we're not going to be cutting to a Tartarus trip right now, but one thing I did want to look at is, of course, we can check everyone's status via Fuka, though not change everybody's equipment. And two different things to note here. Of course, we have Fuka, who's ready to throw hands. Not actually, though, because she cannot get into battle. And Fuka also gains experience as we explore Tartarus and gets new abilities. Right now, she just has full analysis, which all this does is, over Mitsuru scanning the enemy, Fuka can now reveal the skills that enemies can use. One thing to note about Fuka's scanning, though, is that, unfortunately, just as a cheap way to make the game harder, Tartarus bosses still will not reveal any of their information to you when you scan them, so that doesn't help us out there. The next ability she learns is Support Scan at level 23. This ability tells us if the enemies have any buffs or debuffs in effect. One thing to note is that this ability does not exist in Persona 3 Portable. That is a standard aspect of the UI in Portable, so this ability just got cut completely. There is no replacement for it, so it's quite a while before Fuka learns a new ability in Persona 3 Portable. And, let's see, just to check her out too, since we're already here, let's take a look at Mitsuru in Persona 3 FES and Portable. She's actually remarkably similar to how she is in Reload starting with Bufu, Mabufu, Dia, and Marin Karen. We'll be seeing her in action soon enough. But like I said previously, I've actually taken care of everything that I needed to in Tartarus off screen, and I made a different file. So let me cut to that file real quick. And here we are at the conclusion of the Tartarus trip. As you can see, I've got a generous supply of money at 100k yen. Money is going to pretty much cease to be an issue across all games, starting with these Tartarus trips. We've already gotten more than half of our social stat progress done, so we're going to be spending a lot less on development, and we're just going to get a lot more money relatively from every expedition we go on going forward. So there shouldn't ever be a point for the rest of the game where I'm ever concerned about if I'm going to be able to buy something or not. Though I will definitely run into problems with trying to do things involving the compendium, because that is pricey as all get out in Persona 3 FES and Portable. The other thing to note is that we are level 20. At level 20, our Persona stock gets another expansion. So now I have access to 10 Personae whenever I need them. With all this money, I can also easily pull out cheap Personae to keep advancing our social links when they are required. The other thing I'd like to check out, of course, is the requests. I completed a bunch of requests for this moon cycle off screen, so let's just go over what I've completed. The rewards will be shown when I get to this in the Persona 3, or what am I talking about? The next Tartarus video, but among the other things that I've done, I've gotten, let's see, Oberon level 17, I've gotten the snake scales, the bronze figurines, I got the Valkyrie with Tarukaja, quest completed, all those rewards grabbed. We still need to get the second old document, but that will be taken care of in due time. Tomorrow I'm going to want to take out the Iwatodai Station visit with Elizabeth, and let's get the Christmas Star request locked in before I forget, so I can just grab it on the night that it becomes available. That's everything that I've done in Persona 3 FES. Let's move on to Portable next. And rounding out in Persona 3 Portable, if you remember at the end of the last video, I got hit with a bad fortune, and also lost a bunch of money because of it. This also means this is, unfortunately, the first time I'm going to have to pop a Yawn Be Gone. Really wish I didn't have to, but luckily, as you can see, I've been stocking up on them, so it's not the end of the world. There's only a handful of mandatory uses we need of these in the schedule, so I've got more than enough. Anyways, we need to hit the cafe and get some coffee. Can't work part-time tonight, but I wouldn't want to anyways, because it would slightly throw off the schedule. Moving on into Monday, the main thing we're going to be doing today is talking, or rather hanging out with Fuka, though this does transition to one thing that I want to show about Fuka's social link in this particular version of the game, and this is also exclusive to the Femc's version of the link as far as I'm aware. Granted, I should probably double check that, because I'll fully admit I've never really bothered with the male character story in this version of the game, save for like 1 month I played of it, like years ago. But, going into Fuka's social link, Zoe-chan, have you decided what we want to make today? If you haven't, then would you like to make this with me? Look on this page. Chocolate truffles. Don't they look good? And since Fuka has bought the ingredients for them, you decide to try making chocolate truffles. The recipe seems like it would be fairly easy to follow. 1 teaspoon of liqueur. That doesn't seem like enough. Dissolve 200 grams of milk chocolate in hot water. Am I supposed to put hot water in it, or into the water? Or it into the water? Fuka is mothering things to herself. Do you want, let me see here. We need to say, do you need any help? Oh no, it's okay. I should be able to do this. Thanks though. Fuka seems to be having fun. You made your own batch of truffles. They came out pretty well. And this is the primary difference with Fuka's social link here. A lot of the links, the scripts of a lot of the links are pretty similar to how they play out in the male characters versions, but we do occasionally get slightly different versions of the link here, where we can get food items that we can use as gifts in dates. This isn't too terribly helpful, but there might be a couple times where I get to use these items, so I definitely won't say no to them. And since we're already this deep into it, let's just finish up this link, and I won't relegate it to the supplemental video this time. If you give them to someone when you go out on your days off, it might make them happy. Yes, I'm done! This is much more fun when there's 2 people here. Thanks, Zoe-chan! Fuka is laughing as if she's truly having fun. You feel like you've gotten a little closer to Fuka. Rank 2 for the Priestess social link. No direct benefit of that, because unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is the case. I feel like in Persona 3 Portable and Reload, you don't get overflow experience if the social link doesn't generate a complete level up. But I've never really paid full attention to the EXP values between level ups, so maybe it does, and it just doesn't actually display it like it does in Persona 3 Vanilla and FES. How does this look? It's a little odd-shaped. There's an apple-sized dark substance on the plate Fuka handed to you. This is a little big. They say that bigger is better, so... A sour smell wafts from the so-called truffle. I thought that a teaspoon of liqueur wasn't enough, so I used a cup of it. Oh god. Look, see? Fuka is proudly holding up a bottle labeled vinegar. Oof, it's even worse. Because this recipe is so obviously inedible, you decide to point this out to Fuka. Oh, you're right, it says rice vinegar. I didn't notice at all. I'm hopeless, aren't I? I just want to help everyone, even outside of battle. So I thought that they might like having some homemade food or sweets when they're tired. But I want to try harder so that I can get better at this. Plus, now that you're helping me out, I want to succeed even more. I'll try harder next time. Incidentally, this is the point where the link kind of folds back into the standard script for it. You finish your cooking club meeting and headed back to the dorm. With that taken care of, brought back to the dorm at evening, and Junpei, once again, well actually no, this is something that I didn't think to show in the FES portion, is Junpei is mentioning how the command room has some busted equipment. Well, it's on the fronts, so I checked it out, but I don't know, dude. I don't want to just press buttons at random, you know? So, it's all up to you, buddy. Slight difference here where it's Yukari who says that in Reload instead of Junpei. Now, I'm actually just gonna keep my train of thought going, because like I said, there was one other major thing that I wanted to get to at this point in Portable, and that is going to the arcade, and not that long after, well actually at exactly the same time as FES, when we play this print club game. We tried out different poses and graphics, our charm greatly increased, and we get the Femc's variant of the maximum charm rank, Bewitching. She does a little nose wiggle when she looks somebody in the eyes. Now, the Femc does not actually need max charm for the purpose of unlocking any social link in this game. The last thing we needed charm for was Akihiko's social link, where we needed a rank 4. However, I've been mentioning offhandedly that there is a benefit to maxing your charm in this version of the game. Sorry, got a little hiccup there. And that is, now that our charm is maxed, we get an additional bonus to points that we gain from giving the correct answers in social links, equal to the bonus that we get from having a persona. And these bonuses stack, so we effectively, with the matching persona and the charm bonus, we can now get double the amount of points in our social links. And actually slightly more than that, because it gives you about 51% extra points rounded up. So this can actually provide some pretty substantial bonuses, allowing us to advance links much more easily without having the corresponding persona, and sometimes allowing us to get rank ups where even if we did have the matching persona, we wouldn't be able to get a rank up. Now, there are plenty of links that are designed to be a little slow, so they give low points regardless if you have all the corresponding boosts to make sure you don't advance them too quickly. But for a lot of the daytime links, having the combo of the max charm rank and a matching persona will allow us to get so many more rank ups in the succeeding hangout sessions that we otherwise would not have. Very good. Well, to distract from the scene that we got last night, let's eavesdrop on some people. Have you heard of this revenge website? Hey now, this might actually be relevant. If you post someone's name on the website, they'll get revenge for you. It's a 100% guaranteed success rate and completely anonymous. Seriously? Give me the URL. I want to check it out. Well, it's just a rumor, so I don't know the details. Why are you so desperate anyways? A revenge website? Wonder if it's a new ghost story. Oh, I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with that scene that we somehow have knowledge of. It's a Chihiro kind of day. Let's hang out, Chihiro. If you aren't busy, I was hoping maybe we could walk home together. Sure, sounds good to me. We have the Persona Angel. We're gonna grow closer soon. This is how I decide how I'm gonna spend time with people, so let's go, Chihiro.
Thank you so much.
Then how about we have a chat at the cafe today? Sounds delightful.
Is it just me, or is the air conditioning in here too high? I feel a little lightheaded. I haven't been feeling well lately. I couldn't even finish my lunch today. I think I may have caught a cold. I'm sorry, but do you think we could go to the pharmacy? I'm going to go get some medicine. I'll be right back.
Oh, hey there! You on your way home from school?
Huh? What do you want?
Wow, you're really cute. From this angle, I can see how gorgeous you are in those glasses. Say, you want to maybe sit down at a cafe and chat a little? Hey, come on, don't be scared. I'm not gonna bite.
No, please stop. Senpai.
Hey, get lost, buddy.
Huh? Who the hell are you? Wait, don't tell me that you're with her. Well, I thought I had a chance since you look so plain.
Oh, thank goodness. Thought you were going to hit him for a second. I wouldn't want you to get into a fight because of me. But just now, you were so... You've already saved me, so I'm not scared anymore, but why am I still shaking?
Hey, I'm here for you, alright?
That does make me feel a lot better. Okay. Thank you. I think I'm fine now.
I can sense Chihiro's trust in me. I feel like our relationship has grown. If I had to tie a number to our relationship, I would say it's a solid 4 so far. Which actually might be kind of a bad thing. 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and all that.
Huh? Well, why do I suddenly feel short of breath? Senpai, I think I really did catch a cold. I feel like my face is all flush. Thank you again for saving me today. Now, please excuse me.
Chihiro hurried away. I decided to return to the dorm.
Hi, how are you today? Just one?
I'll have what he's after.
Coming right up. One house special.
Don't you get sick of eating the same thing all the time?
Shut up. You're the one always eating that protein shit.
Here you go. One house special. But be careful. It's hot.
So, you still haven't made up your mind?
Is that what this is about?
We've got 4 new members this year. Things have changed quite a bit since you left. We're more aggressive now.
Not interested.
Think about it, Shinji. Don't let your power go to waste.
My power ain't worth shit.
Shinji.
I made up my mind a long time ago. I ain't going back.
You have to let the past go. What's done is done. It's time you moved on.
You should talk.
What?
Face it. You're no different than me.
Hey, Shinji!
Oh, it's you. Welcome back.
There are 2 weeks until the next full moon. Let's train and build up our strength while we can. Look, who's the leader here? I'll decide when we do that. Ah, it's time for another boss fight. Hey, Junpei, respect the 4th wall. Wonder what we're gonna be up against this time. Not gonna lie, I'm getting kind of excited.
Honestly.
With both Akihiko and Iori around, serious conversations are starting to sound like a joke. Speaking of Akihiko, has he returned yet? Oh no, he's got a prior engagement. I know that. Guess not. Maybe you went for a quick bite somewhere? Ooh, good guess, Junpei. Let's see, we could hang out with our friends tonight, but we have more important things to do, like talking to Junpei. And sure, I feel excited. That doesn't mean I'm treating this like a game, you know? I just really want to take him down. Good work, Junpei, good work. You got fire in ya. I wonder where Akihiko is. He's gonna be late. He should at least have the courtesy to call me. Or are you, his mom? Anyway. With each slurp of the ramen, I feel positively glowing. And for today in Persona 3 FES, I actually have quite the packed day ahead of me. I'm going to take care of the Elizabeth date, which this request will get us another Persona Fusion item. I believe this gets us the item that allows us to fuse the Persona and Pusa, whose Arcana I don't remember offhand, but once we get a chance to fuse that, I'm sure I'll show it off. Also, we are going to be hanging out with Chihiro, then we are going to hang out with Tanaka during the evening, and finally, well, we'll get to that later, but yeah, quite a lot to do today. And of course, this is all going to be going in the supplemental video. Alright, I'll also check out the console bank so I can show the FES version of the recording. One other thing I'd like to comment on is that I'm not really going to bother with trying to use the bathroom every day anymore. I'll fish for a tired cure if I need it, but otherwise I'm not really going to bother with it anymore because academics is just going to take a while regardless, and I had bad luck there. Anyway. After a very long day, we get a phone call at night. But this is not the one I want to answer. Kaz, go away. I'll talk to you soon enough. I'll talk to you soon enough. But the actual phone call that I want should be lined up right after. It's Chihiro. We want to accept this phone call as we will need the points from this phone call, plus a free time hangout, and then the date after to get Chihiro's social link maxed out very, very soon. We'll be not having to worry about Chihiro or her jealousy soon enough, probably by next week. I mean, I could just check my schedule and tell you the exact date, but where's the fun in that? Anyways, I'm a little tired and no, please, it's Kenji! Go away! I'm a little tired, so I need to rest, because I'm not going to get anything out of studying anyways. And picking up in Persona 3 Portable, today is a good day for another Portable exclusive link. We're going to be hanging out with Saori this time. Hey, Zoe-chan. There's a committee meeting today. Can you come? Boy, I would love to. Will you go to the meeting? Go to the committee meeting after school? And remember, now that we have our bonus charm, we actually get the same, or we have our max charm rank, we actually get the same bonus that we would get if we came with a matching persona. Not that it matters for this particular link anyway. Really? I'm glad you seem to be having fun today. Saori seems happy. Gekutown High Library. Lots of students are making use of the library today, so you and Saori have had a lot of work to do. Alright, may I please see your student ID? Saori is happily doing her job and helping the students. Huh, you lost it? If you don't have your ID, we can't check out any books for you. Losing your ID is pretty serious. You should go to the faculty room before you do anything else. Saori seems to be involved with a complex situation. Saori-san? Female student comes in. If you recall correctly, this is the same student who borrowed Saori's notes the other day. Oh, Higashida-san. I'm sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Oh, it's okay, it'll be quick. About the notes I borrowed? My notes? Oh, right. Michi lost them. I'm sorry, I'll make sure I yell at her. Huh? Oh, that's fine. Well, see you. The student who borrowed Saori's notes takes off. Oh, I'm sorry. So if you lost your student ID, you need to get a copy of this form from the faculty office, and... Eventually the flood of people slows to a trickle, then stops entirely. Whew, today was pretty rough, don't you think? Hey, let's see here. The option we need to pick is, yeah, honestly, I want to go home. We're almost done. Hang in there. Saori laughs. Alright, didn't we get homework today? I should make use of this time and get it done. Oh wait, my notes. Oh, the ones the other girl lost? Well, you know what? No, let's be helpful. Do you want to borrow mine? Share and share alike. Huh? Oh no, it's okay. I was just thinking that my homework would be a lot easier if I had the notes I gave her. Well, there's no point complaining about what I don't have. Oh, but she's being terrible to you, Saori. She's taking advantage of your generosity. Huh? You think so? Thanks. Such a nice person. Saori smiles. You feel like you have a better understanding of Saori now. Unfortunately, my understanding is that she's a bit of a doormat. Oh well, I've probably been there myself. The librarian's social link has reached level 3. Your power to create personas of the Hermit Arcana has grown. Maybe if Saori was an e-girlfriend, we'd have her social link a little bit further along than we do in the other versions of the story. Oh, it's almost time. What do you want to do? Clean the counter? Make sure everybody's left the library. Let's throw shampoo for it. Ready? Row? Sham? Sorry, I only know the South Park version of that. You did your duties in the school library committee and left school with Saori. Today is also proving to be a pretty good day for social links in Persona 3 Portable because we're going to be starting the Devil Link tonight, so got to put forth another 10,000 yen, which boy do I wish I didn't have to do that. But, on the bright side, the only other major expense we now have to make before we next get a chance to go to Tartarus, since we've maxed out our charm, is quiz games, and I have more than enough for to foot the bill for those until we have to go to Tartarus next, or when I've decided to go to Tartarus next. Note that our only other option for boosting academics during the evening outside of the quiz game is studying, which unfortunately we cannot do in addition to social linking in Persona 3 Portable, so gonna have to put a little bit more concentrated effort into boosting our academics in this version of the game. Hey, is it just me, or has Yucatan been acting weird lately? Honestly, yes. Yeah, kinda. You notice it too. She's been thinking way too hard about why Tartarus exists and all that. I mean, who cares, am I right? Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing to have a curiosity about, at least. It's a student council kind of day. Chihiro's probably still feeling a little under the weather, so we may as well attend this instead.
Today's meeting is canceled. Did Odagiri-san do something?
Why? Is something wrong?
He was called to the faculty office by a teacher earlier. I think it's about that cigarette butt.
Did something happen? I better head to the faculty office.
Don't be so stubborn. All you have to do is write his name on the list.
He was appointed to the student council by the president herself. He's a responsible person. That's why I didn't add him to the suspect list.
You know there are witnesses who've seen him wandering the streets late at night, don't you? I thought you hated students who don't follow the rules.
It's not that I doubt the witness reports. It's more that I trust him. So I'm not adding him to the list.
Odagiri, I really thought you were smarter than this. You can go ahead and forget about our deal.
If you'll excuse me then.
So, you heard all that.
Look, man, it wasn't me. You know it's not.
I know. You don't have to convince me. That teacher suspects you of all people. How he ever got certified is a mystery to me. Don't worry. Even if the whole school turns on me, I'll have your back.
Odagiri seems to care about me a lot. I feel like we're becoming better friends. Yeah, I felt that Odagiri had a bit of a stick up his ass, but he does seem to be a good guy underneath it all. Actually, I appreciate that. It's nice of him. I think that's worthy of a rank 8.
I'll have your back. You're starting to rub off on me. See you later.
Hopefully that situation will resolve itself soon enough. I parted ways with Odagiri and went back to the dorm.
Welcome back.
Oh, I was hoping Fuka would have more to say. Well, we can just simply talk to her. Hey, Fuka. Running Windows 7 there. Let's talk. The other day, I stumbled upon something online while doing some research. Apparently, there was an unexplained explosion near our school 10 years ago. At the same time, a large number of students refused to attend school. The news report stated that the incidents were somehow related. That's all there is to the story. Now it's all in the past, but doesn't it make you curious? To be fair, if my school was blowing up, I'd probably have some reservations about going there too. Just speaking personally. Yukari, we neglected you last night. How are you? Our Persona's abilities are amazing, aren't they? Secret powers that only we have. It's actually pretty cool, huh? It's kind of a shame we can't tell anyone about them. I think Junpei's starting to rub off on Yukari. That's kind of something Junpei would say. Each bite of pork empowers me, making me ever more charming. And that's no exaggeration, because with this bit of pork, we get the next charm rank up. Now we're popular. We actually don't have much lined up for FES today, so I'm just gonna explore the town and see if there's anybody with anything interesting to say. Otherwise, we're just going to be hanging out with Keisuke and doing the quiz game tonight. So first off, I hear there's a growing movement on the internet these days. I don't know what it's called, but this one guy is gathering lots of users around him. I'm not sure what he's up to or why, but they say people just naturally take to him because he understands them. Maybe I should check him out sometime. Where have I heard something like that before? Wonder who the guy could be. Over here, I talked to my dad about getting a cat again. I told him cats from the animal shelter are free, but he still said no. Even though he's okay with it if my mom says no, he has to say no too. Or, no, even though he's okay with it, if my mom says no, he has to say no too. So only my mom can decide. My dad sucks. This is an ongoing plotline with this boy here, who's trying to adopt a stray cat. You know how in movies you see bodyguards with tattoos on their arms and you know they're badass? Well, I saw one of them. It was right near here, man. He wasn't built like a bodyguard, though. He was rail thin. It was so easy to tell because he wasn't wearing a shirt. Huh. Sounds like... that sounds familiar, too. Hey, Kenji's over here. What's up, Cullen? Hey, if you were gonna give someone a present, what would you give her? I think Emery would love a bouquet of roses. Yeah, if I give her something like that, our relationship would get a lot closer. I'm pretty sure he said this one before. We'll probably have to advance the social link before he says anything different. My buddy says these 3 weirdos come here a lot, but I haven't seen them yet. What about you? Couldn't give a crap about them. Long as they don't start any shit, they're cool with me. I came into the arcade the other day and I saw this guy. He was tossing a ball up in the air and catching it. I wonder what that was about. Didn't look like any kind of toy or prize they offer here. Maybe I should ask him next time I see him. He's actually talking about the guy with the glasses that we saw in that one cutscene. Not Doug Walker, not that guy with the glasses, the other guy. But that is actually referencing a rather amusing aspect of him in this game. It's a little hard to see in the first cutscene we see them, but I'll try to point it out the next time we see those characters. Also, while I'm at the mall, there is actually something I want to take care of. When I was exploring in Tartarus, I actually got enough turquoise to trade for a goggle-eyed doll, something that Elizabeth wants right now, so I'm going to make that trade right now and turn in that request. Let's see what reward Elizabeth has for us in FES. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. Ah, the goggle-eyed idol I requested. It looks quite old, but I'm certain someone put a great deal of time and energy into making it. If I'm not mistaken, there's a persona this item resembles. Please accept your reward. We get a Blade Fist, a nice upgrade for Akihiko at this stage of the game. I'm willing to bet the goggle-eyed doll is supposed to be Arahabaki. Anyways, the goggle-eyed doll is actually pretty useless as a gift because most of the girls in the game do not actually like it. But, you know, maybe we'll find an opportunity to use it at some point. I'm waiting for my boyfriend. I heard from my friend that there's this freaky website that's really taking off. I'm gonna ask my boyfriend about it because he's good with computers. Some people are boycotting the decision to cut down the tree. I guess they want to try its persimmons. Now, there must be another reason. Nice little reference to the Bookworm social link. There are more than a couple of NPCs who reference the goings-ons of the social links, not just the people within those social links. I heard from a friend online about this freaky site that's really taking off. She says about revenge or something. Wonder if this revenge site is going to tie into anything that we need to do. One thing I'd just like to comment on here is that Keisuke is right outside our classroom if you want to just talk to him to attend the culture club. Revenge website? What is that? Is it scary? My friend said that the guy who disappeared from the town nearby might have been a victim of that revenge website. Baby, please. Please, I need to study. I gotta focus on my academics, man. I know you're dealing with some familial problems, but... Turning in some requests in Persona 3 Portable for today. You actually brought it? Is that what all the commotion is about? This anatomical model is merely a replica of the human body. I see. These different areas can be taken apart. It's like a puzzle. Must have been made this way on purpose in order to make learning anatomy fun. Anyway, thank you. I'll take good care of it when I'm playing with it. What? Okay, now onto your reward. I've prepared another weapon that should be fun to swing around. We get a Beam Naginata, an upgrade for the Femc. Nice, because I don't really have anything I care to fuse in this version of the game. Seems that you've completed another request. One moment, please, while I check. I just got done with Theo's date, so thank you for showing me around Iwatodai Station. That machine you called an escalator was very interesting. I immediately asked to have one placed in the Velvet Room. But again, my master refused immediately. It's quite unfortunate, I feel. Still, I was able to experience a new and fascinating taste of your cuisine today. This is a significant day. In order to keep that memory in my mind, I want to recreate the dish we shared. However, I have difficulty in determining how to implement that near-octopus flavor. Excuse me. Pay no attention to what I just said. Now, as for a reward, I've prepared something special. With this, you can fuse Empusa. It brings to mind a beautiful beast, but she too arises from the sea of your soul. I wish I could gain a greater appreciation for what your soul is like. And there we go. Now we have the blue scale in Persona 3 Portable. A couple of requests that I have been slacking on. I do need to do the Jack Frost dolls one. I haven't been super keen on doing this because it could potentially cost me a lot of money. Also, one that I'm not able to do at the moment is the Goggle-Eyed Idol quest, since I don't have any turquoise. And of course, we're still waiting on the chance to fulfill the Tartarus request. And Valkyrie with Tarukaja, we'll get that done soon enough because we're also pretty much at the point where I don't need to worry too much about my money going forward in Persona 3 Portable. I should have the money to spend on whatever I need at this point. It is actually unfortunate that we can't complete the Goggle-Eyed Idol request right now, because that's a decent piece of armor from Mitsuru we could have gotten. Also, before I forget, let's just take a look at our beam Naginata here. Only slightly better than our composite stick, but hey, I'll take any upgrade that I can get. Being able to panic enemies is also not a bad secondary effect. We don't have anything too important to do today otherwise. We're going to be hanging out with Bebe, and then I'm going to be studying in the evening. Or no, not studying. Going to the quiz game in the evening. Everyone understand the Lorentz force and the left-hand rule? Then I'm erasing the board. Hopefully all of you have been taking notes, because it might be on the exam in 2 weeks. My shoulders feel lighter than usual today. I can even erase the top of the blackboard with ease. Perhaps it's because I went to the bathhouse yesterday. Had a nice long massage in the whirlpool bath. What does this have to do with... you know, maybe he's coming up. Okay, there we go. Which brings us to my next question. When streams of air bubbles from a whirlpool bath hit you, your body vibrates, yes? There's actually a name for this phenomenon, Iori. Do you know what it is? Dude, how would I know? Hey, you got any idea, Cullen? What's it called when the air bubbles in a whirlpool bath hit you and make your body vibrate? That would be the flutter effect. I got you covered, bro.
You got it.
Oh, suppose you already knew. That's right, the answer is indeed the flutter effect. Flutter refers to the small vibrations generated by the interactions between airflow and other forces. It's not just whirlpool baths that have benefits. Do you ever feel itchy after taking a regular bath? It's said that taking a warm bath can improve blood circulation throughout the body. And as the body warms up, the blood vessels dilate, flushing your body of all toxins all at once. Heat can stimulate the secretion of histamine, which often makes the body itch. Hot baths may feel marvelous, but it's best to take them in moderation. Lukewarm water, on the other hand, helps cleanse the skin. I digress. Now then, let's get back to class. Open your books to page 8. Man, now I want to try taking a dip in a whirlpool bath. Think we could ask Kirijo-senpai for one in the dorm? I wouldn't hold my breath on that, Junpei. Zelda-kun gave him the answer just now. He must be really smart. I can hear my classmates whispering, yes, yes! Feed my popularity further. We're so close to capping it. Hey, Chihiro, you take that cold medicine? You feeling better today? Are you ready to have some fun? Alright, let's go. I absolutely will spend some time with Chihiro. Oh, good. Today I'd like to go somewhere to relax and talk.
Not too many people come here at this hour. This time of day is perfect. So, there was something I needed to ask you.
I'm all ears. What do you got?
Thank you. So, there's this friend I have. She's a girl. And, well, there's the boy who's been helping her a lot recently. Like giving advice on her problems, looking over her homework, that kind of thing. She even told me that lately, she can't stop thinking about him. So I was wondering, is she in love right now?
Well, I'm sure this purely hypothetical person that you're talking about, or this friend, quote-unquote, is absolutely just in love.
Senpai. Oh. Now that I'm hearing you say it, I get the feeling you're right. Or at least, I hope you are. I mean, I'm sure that's how my, friend feels. Thank you. With your help, I think I know how I should proceed now. I mean, I know what to tell my friend now.
Chihiro looks as if a weight was lifted off her shoulders. I feel like our relationship has grown. She's trying to drop any hints at me. I'm probably overthinking it. Anyways, that's a rank 5 social link if I've ever seen one.
Sorry for asking you about such a weird topic.
Hey, I'm happy to help. We're still going?
Senpai, You always take my problems so seriously. You're too nice. Well, should we get going? Oh, that reminds me. I think I'm slowly starting to get over my fear of men. So far, I can only talk to boys I know, but I can almost look them in the eye. But with you, I think I can do even better. As long as it's nothing too scary, go ahead.
If I make the wrong move here, I might upset her. What should I do? Let's just, hold her hand.
Oh, your hand. It's so rugged, strong, warm. It's almost like we're a couple. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I said something so inappropriate. Should we get going?
I held Chihiro's hand until it was time to part, then went back to the dorm. Chihiro was acting kind of weird there. It's probably nothing.
Oh, it's you. Welcome back.
Come on, Mitsuru, don't you have more than that to say? Lay it on me. Even though there's time until the next full moon, we best use that time wisely. Of course, training in Tartarus is one way to prepare. Whenever you're inclined to do so, do not hesitate to ask me to join you. And you're right, Mitsuru. There are definitely preparations we can be doing. Like preparing for my next exam by gorging myself on sushi. Now, in FES, we have a pop quiz today, but you'll notice that I've skipped to the question portion again for several reasons. One, this is a Mr. Edogawa pop quiz, and Mr. Edogawa's lectures and quizzes are more or less the same between FES, Portable, and Reload. Obviously FES and Portable, but this is one of the few sets of pop quiz questions that we get that has not gotten a new set of answers for Reload, and I think that's due to the verbosity of Mr. Edogawa's lectures, that they didn't really feel like swapping those out, so they just decided to retain his questions and answers for Reload. So we'll be seeing his question in the future, because for some reason his questions have also been shuffled around a little bit on the days you get pop quizzes. Just know that the answer for this one is dousing, and the other reason I want to draw attention to the pop quiz is that there is no reason to answer these correctly going forward anymore. Additional charm points really don't help us because we've already capped it, but just for the sake of excelling in academics, I'll answer them correctly anyway. With that taken care of, we're just going to spend some time with Chihiro today, but she does not have enough points for a rank up, so it is just going to be a generic hangout session where she gets a number of points based on if we have a persona or not. In this case, plus 15, which combined with the phone call that we had for accepting that meeting, we will be able to rank up with her next time. We don't too often get to see the generic hangout sessions. You'll just be in a random location with your friend, and you can feel your relationship go strong with them. If you have hit the points to get a rank up, then you will get the message that your relationship could become stronger soon. Note also that the next social link that we get with Chihiro, we won't get enough points within that event to get her qualified for a rank up, but the date we're going on will qualify her. But that's not all I'm going to be doing today. Since we have maxed out our charm, there's really no reason not to start the Monk social link, even though it's going to be a while before we can get the most points possible from him, because the weakest tower persona, Eligor, is level 31. We aren't even close enough to actually fuse an Eligor yet and get this social link moving as fast as possible, but there also is not any serious time conflict with it, so we may as well get it started right now. Mutatsu is available from Thursday to Sunday. He's available all the nights in that range, and the only night where we don't want to talk to him is Saturday, since we want to do the quiz game there instead, so may as well get this social link underway, and it'll develop in due time. And the side quest for doing it is the same as it is in Persona 3 Reload. You just have to take people's orders and then communicate them to the bartender. No, Yuko, come on. I gotta focus on Chihiro first. I'll catch up with you soon enough. Don't worry. Also, much like Tanaka's social link in this version of the game, we still get the opportunity to study after attending the social link, so there's really no reason not to once it's available and you've maxed out your charm and courage. As per usual, we'll be rounding the day off 6:25 in Persona 3 Portable, and we will be hanging out with Junpei today, so another Persona 3 Portable exclusive link. We're doing good on these today. Hey, are you on your way home? Seems Junpei wants to walk back to the dorm with you. Since you have the Magician Persona Pyrojack, you might be able to become even closer. Note that if we did not have a max rank in Charm, this social link, even if we answered correctly for every question, we would not be able to get a rank up the next time we hung out with Junpei without having both a matching persona and max charm. So this is kind of one of those days where we need maximum charm for, though, to be honest, you don't really need to optimize the social links that much in the FemC storyline for reasons that we'll get into probably a couple months from now, but just note that the daytime schedule is not quite as crammed for the FemC. Still, it is nice that we can get Junpei maxed out sooner than we otherwise would be able to. Naganaki Shrine. When you look closely, you can see a bruise under Junpei's eye. Did you notice? You stare at it so much. It's just a punch. Hey, did you get in a fight, man? Who did it? Well, who cares? Don't bother asking, okay? It's really lame. I don't want to say it. Junpei scratches his head. Well, in any case, I don't think there are going to be any more photos of you going around. Thank you. Huh? Junpei's face is bright red. I think this is my first time. First time. Let's be a little coy. Getting punched. I've been punched way too many times before. We've even seen one, unfortunately. Junpei shrugs. I thought that if I laughed my way out of everything, I'd never be in trouble. That's why I try to avoid having to be serious whenever I can. You know those times when everyone sits around and talks seriously? I really don't like those, so I'll goof around. I thought I could breeze my way through things and try to be fun. It's so much easier than having to do stuff like understanding other people. But after meeting you, and the others, I've changed a little. Not everything's about everyone's cool, right? Everybody has parts of them that are cool or lame. But they're all doing what's best for themselves. Ah yes, philosophy with Junpei. After seeing you all like that, I think I got scared. There's no way you can understand each other unless you say what you think. Staying quiet and trying to act cool won't tell anybody anything. Seeing someone way smaller than me put everything they have into something made me ashamed of myself. Never tried my hardest in anything. I don't take anything seriously. That's why I never gain anything. Why I'm never happy. I realize that I'm not living my life at all. Junpei, that's not true. Don't say that. Thanks. Junpei scratches his head. When I got back those pictures of you, it crossed my mind. In the end, I just wanted you to trust in me. Like, if someone like you could trust me, that might be worth something. Trying to get you to rely on me to solve this is just wrong. You're an important friend of mine, after all. Junpei laughs, embarrassed. You sense that Junpei trusts you. And with Junpei's trust gained, we are at rank 9. Still one more to go for Junpei, but we'll be getting that soon enough. It sucks that this place doesn't have any swings. Oh man, tell me about it. Swings are awesome. Don't you sometimes just get the urge to swing once in a while? I used to ride swings a lot when I was a kid. I get close to the sky and think that I could go somewhere else. Somewhere that isn't here. That's what I'd think about when I was on the swing. Let's ride on one together sometime. You know how to get two people on one swing, right? One stands, the other sits. You and Junpei spend some time talking about all kinds of things. That was nice. But that also transitions us into something that's a little bit interesting for Persona 3 Portable. Not a huge deal, but it will benefit us a little bit. Going to Polonia Mall. Now in Persona 3 FES, Tanaka is only available on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesdays are fine, but Saturdays are kind of terrible since we want to do quiz game. However, in Persona 3 Portable, he's a bit more freely available, and we can hang out with him on Thursdays as well. Since Thursdays only has the print club for us, this is a perfect day to also develop our relationship with Tanaka, for better or for worse. So that's what we'll be doing tonight.
Good morning. This is Elizabeth. I am calling to inform you that more humans have wandered into Tartarus. 2 this time, I believe. Please swiftly and safely conduct a search and rescue. Goodbye now.
And there's Elizabeth giving us the next batch of people to rescue from Tartarus. That is the last set of people that will wander into Tartarus for the month. So now, anytime, we can go to Tartarus when we feel it is ideal and rescue the people, which is good. And we will actually finally be returning to Tartarus soon. It's been some time, quite a few videos. I mean, I don't really count our expedition from rescuing Fuka, since really it wasn't a conventional Tartarus trip. Also, we're hanging out with Odagiri today.
And that concludes the disciplinary committee's forecast report.
Next up is the treasurer's report.
Yes.
Hey, sorry, but I was hoping you had some time once this meeting's over. We can talk up on the roof. I'm sorry to drag you up here. I wanted to tell you something. Cigarette butt incident is going to be dropped. It seems interrogating every student in the school raised a few concerns. I wanted to be student council president next year, and that teacher promised to endorse me if I agreed to help him. But I lost any hope of achieving that when I spoke up against him. Not to mention the student body isn't so fond of me. I rambled on about rules and fairness, but all I really proved was that I was desperate for power.
Hey, you realize that, man, and that's definitely admirable. I think you'd make a great president if you tried for it.
See, now I understand why the president asked you to join the student council. You don't say things to put people down. You're just honest with them. The system only works if you have people's trust. And trust isn't something you can force on anyone. When that teacher doubted you, I felt backed into a corner by a fool who simply had more power than I did. I felt like the truth was being distorted and that I might lose a friend as a consequence. If it wasn't for you, I would have become a tyrant. So, thank you.
Odagiri seems truly grateful. I feel like we're becoming better friends. But we still have a little bit left to go in this social link. Don't worry though, it'll be maxing out in due time.
Don't you dare repeat what I just said to anyone. I realize it's out of my usual character. I'm sure everyone would just make fun of me. Just promise, okay? I'll see you later.
It's also more self-conscious than I would have figured. I parted ways with Odagiri and went back to the dorm. Oh, that was nice though. I enjoyed that one. This social link is growing on me. Nice to see that Odagiri has realized the error of his ways. Oh, you're back. I'm heading out for a bit. I'll be back late. Well, I didn't want to go to Tartarus tonight anyway. Hey, Chairman! The mood around here has been so serious lately. I thought I'd lighten things up. So today I will be performing my top 20 puns for everyone. Bro, this is what I've been waiting for. Ah, God! Blue-balled by the game. Junpei, I'm so upset. Dude, why is he even here? Fuka, what do you think? I know the chairman means well, but sometimes I just don't know how to react to his jokes. But I also feel bad pretending I didn't hear him. What should I do? Be true to your heart. I do think it's important to listen to your heart, but this is a special exception. If I tell him his jokes aren't funny, it'll hurt his feelings. I think he's more resilient than that. Anyway. Fuka, if you leave a man feeling down and out, nothing helps him bounce back better than a nice sushi platter, so don't worry about the chairman. I saw a girl in a gothic Lolita getup in front of the station. Man, she was so cute, I had to go up and ask her out. I said, hey, wanna catch a movie or something? But she didn't even move, except for breathing. She didn't even bother looking my way. My ego still hasn't recovered. There, fella. I understand. Anyways, we've got a pretty straightforward day in Persona 3 FES for 626. We're going to be hanging out with Fuka, and then we'll be hanging out with Mutatsu in the evening. Maybe I'll pick up a Priestess Persona real quick. Not because I need it right now, but it's better to just get it in my inventory before I have a chance to forget about it. And, like I said, we're at the stage of the game where I really don't need to worry about conserving my money anymore. As long as I have enough for the quiz games, which that only totals out to 6,000 yen per week, I'll be fine. And, otherwise, our only option for boosting academics is the free study option, so no need to worry there. Oh, hey, and while I was at the mall anyway, I decided to look at B Blue V, and we've got some new items here. One of the notable ones is the Vitality Ring, a cool 30% increase to your max HP, a very, very nice durability bonus, and it looks like we've also got the Charm line of accessories, plus the wards, which give you extra evasion against their relevant elemental type. We also have the Mega Luck Band, just the general Mega Band variety of accessories, but these are terrible. They only give one more point of stats over the basic bands. Note that this is not the case for Persona 3 Portable. We'll talk about these accessories later, but note that these upgraded bands have been buffed considerably in Persona 3 Portable, and might actually be worth your consideration, particularly the power bands and the guard bands. But, you know what? Since I don't need to worry about my money anymore, I actually am going to buy a Vitality Ring. Very, very useful for boss fights in the near future. I was just going to the Aohige pharmacy to liquidate some of my stuff, and I actually saw a very interesting random ability on one of the weapons that I'd collected during my last Tartarus expedition. The Elegant Fleuret that I picked up has a strong versus Emperor quality to it. This means that the weapon, when it attacks Emperor-type shadows, it gets a damage bonus. I'm going to assume it's a 50% damage bonus, but honestly, these are so hyper-specific and so randomly useful, I'd never pay attention to these. This kind of idea of shadows having types and being weak to specific equipment was one that most people never really made use of, and they kind of just got away from it. There's nothing like this in Persona 3 Reload, and I forget if these abilities are even in Persona 3 Portable, but I did want to comment on one of these when I found that I had one, just because I think it's kind of interesting. It's cool flavor, but not anything too legitimately helpful. Also, just note that Sigma drive we got from Elizabeth's Request sells for a ton of money, or from one of Elizabeth's requests, specifically the bronze figurine request. This is worth 44k yen, which is quite good in Persona 3 FES, and it's not a terribly useful accessory in this game either, so don't be afraid to sell it. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna sell it, but yeah, don't hesitate to sell that if you think the money would be helpful. Starting things out for 626 in Portable, we of course get the same call, this time from Theodore, letting us know that 2 more people have wandered into Tartarus. This is the last batch of people for the moon cycle, as it is in Reload, so once we go to Tartarus, we won't have any more people to worry about rescuing. And we get to keep the hype going with unique social links for Portable, because we're hanging out with Akihiko today. Zoe, what's up? Since you have the starred persona Neko Shogun, you might be able to become even closer. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one, because we could potentially get a rank up following this social link with just Neko Shogun. However, if you want to set a very particular flag, you need to have Neko Shogun and Max Charm to keep Akihiko's social link moving along as quick as possible. And we'll get into why once we're a little bit deeper into the social link. Let's actually get it started, just to begin with. Alright, let's go. Akihiko seems somewhat happy. In front of the dorm, Akihiko is completely silent. What's, you okay, Akihiko? You a little sick? Huh? Oh, right, sorry. Akihiko seems apologetic. Look, if you don't want to tell me, then you don't have to. It's just... Is it true you're going out with Junpei? What? What? He's just a friend, Akihiko, please. Let's see. Oh no, it was just a rumor I heard. Sorry. Let's see, okay, so this is the interesting dialogue choice. Now, to get more points, you have to pick option 1. However, if you want to open up a particular branch in Akihiko's social link, you have to pick option 3. This option does not get you points, and if you don't pick option 1, then you won't have enough points to rank up next time you hang out with Akihiko, unless you have Neko Shogun and a max charm rank. So, we're going to open up that option, and we're going to pick option 3, or that branch, and we're going to pick option 3 instead. Don't get the wrong idea, senpai. I see. Anyway, I'm sorry. Akihiko seems apologetic. It's not obvious right now what exactly that affects, and this is a common thing that trips up people who are, shall we say, trying to take this social link in a very particular direction. It's bad enough that I listened to a rumor, but I confronted you about it. It was incredibly rude of me. If I hear anyone say that again, I'll tell them it's not true. Akihiko lacks tact, but we can tell he has a good heart. You don't, but you don't have to do that, Akihiko. We can fight our own battles. Is that so? Maybe it's best to avoid giving rumors any credibility by trying to deny them. Akihiko nods seriously. Should we go get something on our way home? Oh, we're already all the way back at the dorm. Do you want anything to eat? Let's go with something sweet. Yeah, that might be nice for a change. Akihiko brightens up, as if a major weight has been lifted from his shoulders. Could Akihiko have been worried about you? You feel that your bond with Akihiko has gotten a little stronger. Again, Akihiko doesn't exactly have a way with words, but I can tell his heart's in the right place. Your power to create personas of the Star Arcana has grown. Well then, shall we? You and Akihiko went out to eat, then returned to the dorm. And speaking of the dorm,
how was your day?
We've got our first opportunity. Akihiko is, he's just screwing off to do his own thing. But we've got our first opportunity to show off studying in Persona 3 Portable. You need to go back to your room. You can either travel there directly, or you can use the sign-in sheet, or, of course, the fast travel menu that kind of renders the sign-in sheet redundant, but, you know, it's still there anyway. To come back, and then at your desk, you can study once for your classes at your desk. Once you're finished, the day will end. Studying increases your academics. With high academics, you may be able to meet someone new. This is the only way to study in Persona 3 Portable, obviously without the late night time slot. The advantage of studying in this game is that it doesn't have a chance of rendering you tired, though of course we don't get the free opportunities to boost our stats, so academics is actually going to slow down quite a bit in Persona 3 Portable compared to how quickly it's going to start developing in FES, because we're not getting essentially free boosts in this version of the game. There is actually an investment we have to make. I can hear people talking. Hey, did you hear about all those people who were found unconscious recently? Apparently a lot of them were couples. Huh. What, like they were attempting a double suicide or something? I guess it's kind of romantic to sleep for eternity with your lover, like Romeo and Juliet. Nah, no way. That's not romantic at all. Couples were found unconscious together. I wonder if it's because of the full moon. Not one of the more covert hints the game has tried to drop. Oh, right, Chihiro, time to hang out again. How are you feeling perfectly well today? Are you not going to act weird again? If you don't mind, I'd like to join you. Seems like Chihiro wants to walk home with me. And, of course, we can grow closer to Chihiro soon. Alright, let's spend some time together. Thank you. Then, can we stop by the strip mall? I was hoping to check out the bookstore. Sounds like fun, honestly.
I spend my breaks doing nothing but reading, so I think it's about time I bought some new ones. Oh, all of the books on this shelf are only 100 yen each. That means I can afford them with my allowance. We can go now. I don't really see anything that interests me. Wait, is this? It is! I've been looking for this collector's edition for forever. This is a collection of illustrations from the shoujo manga I read. It even has a set of new short stories inside. I never thought I'd find this in a used bookstore. And in the novel section, too. Maybe the shop owner saw the short stories label and made a mistake. It's got all 3 volumes, too. This is amazing. Each volume is 6,000 yen, so that means 18,000 yen total? Well, what should I do?
Well, is it good?
Of course, all 3 volumes are great! The characters are portrayed so realistically. It's like they really exist. My monthly allowance is 5,000 yen, so it's not enough, even if I save my lunch money. But I'll get it, no matter what. I just need to wait until next month, or the month after, or I'll get them by the time I graduate. I need to hide this where no one will see it. Oh, please don't get bought by someone else. I really wish I had a bigger allowance, but I also don't want to make things hard for my mom.
Hey, I saw that. You were looking at that waitress, weren't you?
I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'll do anything you want. Anything.
Then how about you buy me that bag I was talking about before? Or else I'm breaking up with you.
I used to think that money couldn't buy happiness or friends. That is, until recently.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't worry. I was just talking to myself. But I do sort of understand how he feels. That man has no confidence in himself. That's why he's so desperate to stay on the woman's good side. I think I can relate to that feeling. He just wants to be with her, no matter the cost.
I can sense affection coming from Chihiro. I feel like I understand Chihiro a little better now. You know, honestly, Chihiro, if I wasn't kind of broke right now, I'd totally spot you for that. It's one of the few situations I am actually too broke to help her out.
I can't help but feel like there are so many things in this world that I'll never have. Well, should we get going? If I stay here, I know I'll just want to go back to the bookstore and look at that illustration collection again.
I walked Chihiro part of the way home and then went back to the dorm.
Oh, welcome back.
Well, I kind of wish she had more to say, but we have finally hit the point in Reload where we can go to Tartarus, which means we'll start having some Tartarus uploads coming up. I'm sure plenty of you are thrilled. Before we get into Tartarus, though, let's head over to Club Escapade, because we want to get our fortune told. It's always a good idea in this version of the game to get your fortune told, so that you can get extra bonuses. Oh, it appears that there's been a change within you. Well, allow me to provide you with a new fortune befitting the unusual light that you hold within. You are now able to select the new fortune, Gamble Fortune. You're able to select the new fortune, Soul Fortune. Now, tell me, what shall it be? Well, let's take a look at the fortunes that we have here. So, Gamble Fortune increases the chance of running into enemies turning into strong or rare enemies. Could be useful, especially it would allow you to get your major Arcana cards much faster and initiate a Arcana burst very early into the night, but I'm not really a fan of this one. We also have the Soul Fortune, which increases the rate at which Theurgy Gauge charges, which isn't that, is also actually pretty decent if you're struggling with combat, but I think generally the Rarity Fortune is probably just the most useful all around. The more rare forms that we destroy, the more money and experience we get, and that is just so good. If you go to the Tower of Shadow tonight, you are destined to face an adversary clad in gold. There we go. Let us hope that you find fortune in your destiny. Also, before we go to Tartarus, I do actually want to talk to Elizabeth real quick, because I remember that the game mentioned we might want to talk to her about that quest. I can see that you're living quite the fulfilling life between nurturing your bonds and striving for self-improvement. This is less of a reward and more of a gift from me to you. Please take it. And hey, some Twilight Fragments. We'll need these soon. I still cannot see the limits of your potential. I look forward to witnessing you grow even further. Oh, is something the matter? Ah, I see. So there are people in your world who seek these materials. This black quartz you seek can be found in the second block of Tartarus, Arca. I've heard the lustful sneaks that appear in the latter half of the block are quite fond of collecting them. A material that captivates both shadows and humans. How remarkably peculiar. Oh, right, that's a nice hint there, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. And with that, we will be returning to the dorm, and we will be heading into Tartarus. So, let's meet up with Fuka real quick. Hey Fuka, are you all set? Alright, let's go to Tartarus.
Yes.
I'll let the others know. See you there. The card in my hand is reacting. Multiple major arcana cards have been added to Shuffle Time. Hey! Let's see, the Empress. The endurance, agility, and luck of personas in your possession will increase by 2. Hey, that's an amazing bonus. And the Emperor does the same for strength and magic. Pretty cool stuff. We now have a way to upgrade our persona. Elizabeth mentioned someone wandering into Tartarus. Sometimes you will encounter missing persons who have wandered into Tartarus. Missing persons cannot be rescued after a full moon, so it's best to save anyone you find as soon as possible. You can receive a reward at the police station the day after a successful rescue, so don't forget to stop by. You can ask Elizabeth where the missing persons are located, seek her advice regularly, and rescue those who are lost in Tartarus. Now, as mentioned in FES when we dived into Tartarus, we now have the ability to, or rather, the onus is on us to make sure we have the right team going into Tartarus. Akihiko is pretty underleveled, so we'll bring him along. And you know what? We also have Mitsuru here now as a new party member. Mitsuru focused on ice magic with a very impressive magic skill backing it up. She also has surprisingly decent strength and agility, so she is pretty decently versatile. She also comes in with Rakunda in Persona 3 Reload, which is very helpful at this stage of the game, and she has Marin Karen for the occasional moment where we might want to disable enemies, so some pretty good stuff there. Definitely want to bring her along, and we'll stick with Yukari also. This gives us a pretty balanced team, and as long as I have a fire persona, which of course I do, I have Jack-o'-lantern, we can cover every single conventional element, and I believe I have stuff that covers darkness and light also. That will be something we will concern ourselves with next time, though. We will be returning to Tartarus in the next video, and we've got quite a bit of exploration to do. Now, for today in Persona 3 FES, we're not going to go to Tartarus because we do have a quiz game night, and I really can't afford to miss any of those. So our first order of business, of course, is to just hang out with Chihiro, and then we're actually going to continue into Sunday so that I can go to Tartarus on a more desirable day where I don't have a chance to lose anything, assuming I don't get tired from studying anyway. But first order of business, let's get Chihiro's side quest out of the or not side quest, social link out of the way. Now, in the evening, we of course need to talk to Fuka to take care of that time sensor request, as she is the one who has what we're looking for. Huh? A Christmas star? That's the ornament on top of the tree, right? What do you want one of those for? And where would I find one? Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. If I'm right, it might not refer to an ornament at all. There's a type of plant that's sometimes called the Christmas star. I think it's pretty common, too. Could you wait a few minutes? I'll go look it up. Sorry for the wait. I think it's a poinsettia is what you're looking for. It's usually a Christmas flower, so you won't find it in the stores now. Fortunately, I had some in my room. Here you go. Why do you have poinsettia, Fuka? Whatever. Anyways, Fuka had the poinsettia for us. This is what Elizabeth is looking for, so let's turn it in real quick. Oh, Elizabeth, I've got a Christmas star for you. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. That red leaf plant. Is that the Christmas star? Oh. Then where is it? I'm somewhat disappointed. I was led to believe there would be presents growing from this plant. This fulfills my request, but you can take it back with you. Although once the presents are in bloom, I'd like for these plants to fill this room. Please accept your reward. And we get a Megiddo gem. Kind of an underwhelming reward, honestly. It's a little bit better. That would be a little bit better in Portable, where those deal a flat 150 damage. But of course, all the request rewards are different across the different versions of the game, so that doesn't really help me there. Anyways, we're going to play the quiz game and study, and hopefully not get fatigue. If I do get fatigue, I can just do the Tartarus trip on Monday then. Alright, picking up on Saturday, or not Saturday, Sunday, we're going to the date with Chihiro, so I may as well just go over this, since I don't really feel like these are worth putting into the supplemental videos. Plus, it gives me a little bit more to show off in FES. We haven't been able to see as much of this game recently. This is my first time coming to this kind of place. I didn't know it would be so much fun. Chihiro seems excited. I don't think I'll be very good at the racing games, though. I'll be too worried about breaking the speed limit. Chihiro seems a little embarrassed. I'm not good at driving anyway. Are you planning on getting a driver's license, Cullen-san? In the world of video games, anything is possible. I'm thinking about it. Really? Then maybe we could go, for a drive together. I hope you get your license soon. Chihiro seems embarrassed. The bond between you is growing, and that gets us enough points to, get our final rank up with Chihiro and max out her social link. I'm not gonna bother giving her a gift because I'm pretty sure she doesn't like the goggle-eyed doll, but there we go. Relationship becomes stronger. Next time we hang out with Chihiro, which won't be the next video because it'll be a Tartarus-focused video, but the video after that, we will max out her social link. Actually, I'm gonna have to think about how I'm gonna space out the Tartarus videos. Well, we'll come back to that later. Now, before we cut to Persona 3 Portable to wrap up this video, let's just go look for Fuka and make sure we can actually go to Tartarus tonight. Don't want a repeat of the last time I said this. No! That's fine though. I can just do it the following day. Just means I have to do my same trick of making a separate save file. Okay, with that taken care of, let's switch over to Persona 3 Portable. And rounding out the video with Persona 3 Portable, today we're going to be hanging out with Fuka, getting another item from the Cooking Club, as well as just progressing her link in general. Actually, let me check something. Okay. I actually don't have a Priestess persona, but even if I didn't have Max Charm or a Priestess persona, this social link would still go up. Okay then, let's go. It's nice that Fuka is so accommodating.
Oh, hey!
Continuing into the night, we'll of course pick up our poinsettia from Fuka here, so that we can turn that in. We've got different rewards in Persona 3 Portable, as we've had up to this point, and some of them are actually quite interesting, and pretty useful to me, considering I haven't been able to buy anything, so let's, also Tanaka's over there, as he usually is, but, still, he does still have his usual days to appear. But let's turn in the poinsettia to Theo, and I also, off-screen, grabbed some Jack Frost dolls, so we can also turn those in. Is that the Christmas star? I do not see any stars growing from it. Is it not star season yet? Stars growing in clusters on it. That will indeed be a sight to see. Please take good care of it until that day. Please take this as your reward. And we get the Cyber Shoes, a shoe upgrade, obviously, giving us some more evasion. But that's not all. We've also got the Jack Frost dolls. Elizabeth was quite thrilled when we brought these to her, so let's see what Theo has to say. Seems like you've completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. That must be... Yes! It's a Jack Frost doll! Just to be sure, I'm going to touch it. So soft, so smooth. This wonderful texture. What is it about Jack Frost that makes him so alluring? I can't stop touching this doll. What's happening to me? This must be some kind of psychological trap inherent in its construction. I'm sure of it. Its charm is in complete contrast to the horrors of what this doll actually does to me. Very well. My reward this time is also a dreadful doll that is in complete contrast with its appearance. Please take this as your reward. We get the Jack's Gloves, a weapon for Akihiko, which is pretty nice, because he could use some better weaponry, honestly. So let's throw those onto him. I'll also put the Cyber Shoes onto Zoe here, so let's see. Just a very high evasion boost relative to what we have right now. And Akihiko will, of course, get his Jack's Gloves, which gives him a high chance of charming the enemies. Not bad, not bad. You can also take my leather boots. They're worn in, nice and, well, actually, I'm not sure where I'm going with that. Don't think too hard about that. Anyways, time to go play the quiz game. Tanaka can go screw, and then we move into Sunday. Picking up in Sunday, we've got a phone call from Fuka. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to tell Fuka to just, oh, whoops, I did not mean to skip through that. I'm going to tell Fuka to just buzz off. Well, I'm sure we'll get the chance to see another call from her. Oh, well, later then. Junpei hung up. He seemed disappointed. Fuka probably had a similar reaction. And, of course, since it's Sunday, we've, of course, got Tanaka's amazing commodities to look at, so we will play his irritatingly catchy song, and let's see here. let's bring out our item of the day, Champion Gloves. Oh my goodness, I can't believe its wonderfulness. But wait, there's more. We'll throw in 3 Mega Protein for only 39.80 yen. Oh man, we gotta get this for Akihiko. And I actually have the spare money. Like Persona 3 FES, unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to go to Tartarus tonight because Akihiko and Mitsuru will be MIA. But once again, I can just play until tomorrow and do the Tartarus on that night and then create a separate save file to load when we reconvene in this video. So it's not that big a deal. Monday was a day that I was only gonna study anyway, so I can just move that study session to the day that was originally penned in for my schedule, because that's no reason not to, honestly. Here's Junpei, Yukari, and Ken, and the only thing we're going to be doing here is we're going to be drawing a relationship fortune, and I swear to God, if this one gives me the worst luck again, I am going to be slightly annoyed. So, we're drawing for Yukari again, because Yukari is rather needy in the amount of points she needs to continue her social link. One thing I don't actually know is, thinking about it, might have messed something up, but it shouldn't be too big a deal. Today's luck is... Okay, very good luck. No financial worries and great health. So that's the exact opposite. We get a Lucky Charm item, which I think is a gift. We also get 10,000 yen. Beautiful. Could have used this the other relationship. And our condition improved to great, which would matter if we could go to Tartarus. We cannot, though. I'm gonna have to think about Yukari there. Did I have a lover's persona in my inventory? Yes. I don't actually know if the max charm ranking applies to relationship fortunes. I haven't seen that written anywhere, so I'm just going to operate under the assumption that they don't. But in this case, it wouldn't matter anyways, because I had the Pixie persona, regardless. Anyways, that's where we're gonna end the video. Like I said, in both FES and Portable, I'll just be playing to the next day and entering Tartarus that evening, and then creating a separate save file I can load next time I start the video and we're back in the Bay Area. So that's gonna be my game plan going forward, and next video is going to be a Tartarus video. I've already got the first half of that FES recorded for that, that first Tartarus trip there, and I'll be recording the Portable and Reload segments throughout the week. Should have that video out much sooner than it took me to get this one. Been a little behind on things, as I am. But that's where I'm going to leave this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.